Hello everyone, I'm Greg Weaver. Welcome to The Audio Analyst. Today, we will take virtual visits to 3 more rooms at High End Munich 2024. Those of you who follow my written work will be aware that in September of 2022, I was invited to Rhapsody Audio in Brooklyn to get a personal taste of the Alsyvox Botticelli X loudspeaker experience. You may read about that adventure and enjoy the music, and I have included a link to that article in today's description. This year at the MOC, I got to hear the new Alsyvox Caravaggio XX on Atrium 4.2 in E214. For those who are unaware, Alsyvox is a brand of superb planar dynamic loudspeakers designed by Daniela Cohn in Italy and carefully handcrafted in Spain. It was great to get a chance to catch up and chat with Daniela at this year's event. And when I asked what the XX in the model number stood for, he laughingly explained that the original external crossovers were represented by the original single X, but that this even larger external crossover, featuring its further advanced, upgraded, and use of more select parts, necessitated the XX designation. The source in this room was the new Taiko Audio Olympus Server from the Netherlands, with its optional internal DAC, and networking was managed using all Taiko Audio Extreme products, including their switch, router, and power distribution systems. The line stage was from the Master Divine lineup of products by Bulgarian-based, Greek-manufactured Pilium, their 3-chassis Olympus Preamplifier, with its 2 external mono power supplies. Power was generated by the massive, nearly 400-pound Pilium Zeus stereo amplifier to drive the 6-foot 8-inch tall, 2-foot 3-inch wide, by just 2-inch thin Alsyvox Caravaggio XX planar dynamic loudspeakers. Weighing in at over 330 pounds per side without the external crossovers and offering a 4 ohm nominal load, that allows the Pilium Zeus to develop some 800 watts per channel. All cabling used in the system was from Italy's VYDA laboratories. Each Caravaggio XX is a 4-way design, unique to the rest of the Alsyvox lineup, and each of the custom drivers is 5.5 feet tall, made of bespoke ribbons. The woofer is 12.5 inches wide and has a 3/4 inch maximum stroke, affording it some 5 3/4 square feet of surface area. That presents a combined woofer surface area of more than 11 square feet across both channels. Each Caravaggio XX also includes a pair of 5 3/4 inch wide mid-range ribbons, a 1 inch wide mid-tweeter ribbon, and a 1/5 inch wide super tweeter ribbon. This system genuinely impressed with its extraordinary level of transparency and articulate resolution of musical detail. And no, that is not code for etched or hyper-detailed sound, but its ability to express musical specificity and nuance was remarkable. It had an amazing ability to shine an elevated degree of illumination on staging and spatial cues, as well as to render remarkably noteworthy accuracy of tone color and texture. Even more so than the Botticelli X had done beforehand, most impressive to me was the Caravaggio XX's macrodynamic prowess, delivering more than merely credible weight and scaling information from deeply extended drum, double bass, and lower piano registers that were equally tonally dense and vibrant. Their extraordinary ability to convey and express impact, with a splendid balance of power and resolution, allowing for the bass to explode into the room while maintaining an extraordinary degree of accuracy and articulation, was nothing short of breathtaking. This augmented dynamism was also established in the microdynamic realm as well, as the system effortlessly portrayed low-level detail, nuance, and fine degrees of shading with exceptional lucidity. I simply have never heard any other planar dynamic loudspeaker present with anywhere near such explosive and resolving dynamic prowess, resulting in unsurpassed low-frequency reproduction from any planar design. Its accompanying degree of coherence allowed the Caravaggio XX to effortlessly and convincingly speak with one continuous, seamless voice. Further, that extraordinary voice is full-bodied, replete with complex harmonic structures of individual instrumental accents, presented with an overall tonal balance that is as faultless as I've ever experienced from any ribbon driver-based loudspeaker. Tone color is both richly vibrant and texturally complete, conveying a truthful depiction of timbre that is simply and convincingly real-sounding. Instrumental decay is portrayed with exceptional fidelity, rendered with a sense of unrestricted speed that provides for a very natural recreation of natural linger, as well as the air of and around instrumental voices, all attributes of their remarkable coherence and astonishing speed. To my ears and sensibility, the Alsyvox Caravaggio XX clearly represents the state of the art, as currently befitting of the category of planar dynamic loudspeakers. Bravo, Daniela. Next up, Denmark's Gryphon was showing on Atrium 4.1 in E120. Both Rune Skov, the Gryphon's sales director, who you will see briefly in this in-room video, and Anthony Chiarella of Specialty Sound and Vision, the U.S. importer of Gryphon, were on hand. This was a monster system from Gryphon, with every single product shown, including sources, electronics, speakers, stands, cables, power distributors and conditioners, everything manufactured by Gryphon. Special attention was being placed on the world premiere of Gryphon's Apollo turntable, Siren phono preamplifier, and Black Diamond DLC phono cartridge. In the press release I received before the show, though it contained nothing about the cartridge development, it explained that the Apollo is essentially Gryphon's moonshot, and that the Siren phono stage was built in parallel as their attempt at redefining phono preamplifier performance. The project was the culmination of an intense collaboration between Soren Slebo of the Gryphon design team, Brinkmann turntable designer Helmut Brinkmann, Ortofon, and the Aarhus Technical Institute of Denmark. To create Apollo, Helmut Brinkmann was given free hand and asked to create his dream turntable without restriction or financial compromise. As such, it employs a pair of his proprietary sinus belt drive motors situated 180 degrees apart, employs a specially developed digital speed controller to synchronize the two motors. Apollo's bespoke power supply includes a fully discrete, mechanically and electrically separated power source with a dedicated transformer to supply both the heated bearing and platter light. Its chassis is based on a laminated sandwich construction of anodized aluminum, Karak, and Smart Stack, a damping compound patented by Denmark's NADAC group, and its motors are entirely decoupled from the structure, each mounted in its own optimized subchassis. Apart from highlighting the introduction of the Apollo turntable, Siren phono preamplifier, and Black Diamond DLC phono cartridge, the rest of the system was comprised of many other major accomplishments from Gryphon. The Siren handed off to the huge two-chassis Commander line stage, which in turn fed a pair of even more massive Apex monoblock amplifiers, which tipped the scales at a mind-boggling 450 pounds each and can deliver 225 watts into 8 ohms, 450 watts into 4 ohms, and are said to be able to develop an astonishing 1,700 watts at 1 ohm. The Apex Monos drove the recently launched EOS 5 speakers, which use 4 bespoke drivers, including 2 9.5-inch woofers, utilizing their thin-ply carbon fiber diaphragm, a 6.5-inch mid-range, and their 29-inch beryllium dome tweeter, purpose-engineered for the EOS 5's higher crossover point. And as I indicated, even the Power Zone AC distributors and conditioners, all the stand-art hi-fi furniture, and the entire loom of Vanta cables were also all of Gryphon's construction. While I was there, the best test of the abilities of this system came when Rune queued up the track Pneuma from Tool's 2019 vinyl release, Fear Inoculum. Even though these impressions were made under show conditions, this system really did a superb job. Not only with its faithful recreation of the complex drum and bass impact, definition, and speed presented in this track, but with its remarkable degree of vocal acuity and clarity, overall coherence, and ability to create its vital and infectious sense of pace and rhythm. I'd love to get some of these products into my room for a closer listen. Finally, we will take a visit to the Renegade show held coincident with High End Munich each year, just 3 miles to the southwest of the MOC at the Munich Marriott Hotel. This system in Studio 3 was showing the Master Fidelity NADAC systems. This digital playback system, comprised of the NADAC C, an ultra-low noise master clock, and the NADAC D, which is said to be the first true native 1-bit technology DAC, one that features enhanced clocking and uses a hybrid oven-controlled power supply. Master Fidelity suggests that traditional multi-bit DACs, such as the 5-bit AKM or the 6-bit ESS approach, or even that of the TI-based R2R 20-bit DACs, all suffer from insurmountable nonlinearity issues. By using an exceptional 1-bit processing algorithm, extremely high and accurate clocking speed, constant temperature power supply technology, and employing customized, dedicated devices built by specialized integrated circuit companies, along with other tactics, including using the finest available USB connectivity and a specially designed digital audio super isolation device, they claim to be using an entirely new concept to overcome the previous and common challenges to digital music reproduction. The system here included the Lector Strumente TL3 CD transport, a Euphony Audio Sumus and Stylus streamer and digital music player to feed the Master Fidelity NADAC C clock and NADAC D DAC, a pair of Neu Laboratory Ella power amps resting on Asiki, I hope I pronounced that correctly, Asiki design equilibrium decoupling bases, drove a pair of Suiskind Audio Cronus loudspeakers, all connected using a loom of Brandt audio cables and resting on a Quadraspire rack. Look, if you follow my work, you know that I feel that if you've never heard something, you have no right to express an opinion on how it sounds. Well, I've never previously heard a single product from any of the manufacturers demonstrating in this room. But I felt compelled to include it in my coverage because a good number of pairs of ears that I know and trust, who have had significant time in front of this NADAC gear in systems they are all well acquainted with, have told me that this Master Fidelity gear is not only excellent, but truly represents something special. In fact, supporting Master Fidelity's own claim that they have developed something completely new and different, perhaps setting new benchmarks in the process. I can only say that while what I heard in this room was very difficult to put into any kind of referential context, I have been invited to hear this decidedly different and intriguing approach to digital playback very soon. And of course, I will report on it here with some detail when that occurs. For those interested, complete details for each of these 3 systems, including brands, models, and pricing, are included in today's description. As always, thank you for taking the time to drop by today. Further information on supporting the channel may be found in today's description section or at my website, theaudioanalyst.com. Please stay safe and keep the music playing. Till next time, cheers.